Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be going over the biggest takeaways from this Houston Rockets media day, as we heard from basically every Rockets player on the roster, the main guys. You heard from about 12 or 13 players on this team today, and I think 12. I believe there was 11. There was either 11 or 12 players that spoke to media today, and I'm going to go over two guys that I really liked what I heard from today in the media interviews, and those two guys happen to be the two centers on the roster. I noticed a lot of, watching Jock Landale's interview. There's a lot of important details that come into his interview with the media. He talks about, signing with the Rockets, what that process was like. He talks about his ankle injury that he suffered in the FIBA World Cup and how his ankle is doing now, and his status starting training camp tomorrow. He talked about his center duo, who he is the backup to, Alperen Sengun, and his talents. And he talked to what he is bringing to this Houston Rockets team. And then I'm going to go over everything that he said on those four topics. Alperen Sengun talked about preparing for year 3, what he needs to do better in year 3. And also, we talked about some other stuff after these three things, but also talked about his thoughts on the new guys and Fred VanVleet, Jeff Green, and Dylan Brooks. And let's get into it. Starting off, we're going to start off with Jock Landale. So Jock Landale was asked about what he's going to bring to the team. He said toughness, playing hard every single possession, run hard up and down the court every play, and play defense, rebound on both ends. Jock Landale's not that much of an offensive player. He admitted to it. He said, I wasn't that much of an offensive player in Phoenix. I was just a rebound and defense type player. Everybody knows it's aware to everybody, here in Houston, and everybody in the front office that picked me up and the team, that I'm not that good of a three-point shooter, and I struggled from 3 last year. But I'll do whatever. He said, I'll do whatever this team needs me to do. I really liked his mindset that he had going into this interview and some of the things he said. Now, this was one of the funniest moments I've seen throughout all of training camp. Throughout all media day to day. He was at the second question. He was asked about his ankle, that if it was good to go. He said jumping as hard as I ever was, mate. Now, he does say mate a lot in this, interview. He is Australian, and so everybody started laughing. And as everybody's starting to laugh, he said, "What are you guys laughing at? I'm athletic as hell." And so then everybody just started to even laugh even more. He said, "I'm feeling good. It was a tough injury that I suffered right before, I think they were about to face Tokyo," he said. And these guys have been taking care of me. And when he's talking about that, he's talking about the Rockets medical staff. And I'm good to go for training, to start training camp. I might be a little bit limited, but good to go. So that's a good sign there for the Rockets. Then he talked about joining the Rockets, and what that was like to go from a NBA title contender in the Phoenix Suns to go to the second worst record in the NBA. He said it's a business, right? A part of it was financial. The other part was I wanted to help this team turn things around. Would have loved to return to Phoenix, but I was really excited to come here and help this team try to win and turn things around. I really like that. I mean, he's going to be great off the bench as the backup center. I see him averaging in the area of 5 to 7 points per game, with probably, I think his rebounds will go up a lot. I think he'll average around 6 to 8 rebounds per game. Could see him blocking a shot or two per game as well. I think he'll be big for this Rockets team off the bench when it comes to rebounding and playing defense, and also blocking shots. Then getting to Alperen Sengun, the starting center, just went over the backup center and Jock Landale. And here, Alperen Sengun's interview was short. He even asked for short questions. That was actually pretty funny. Alperen was very funny. Alperen's never made me laugh so much. As he got up after his interview was over, he was standing and he was about to leave, and he said, "No clapping. Y'all aren't gonna clap for me." And then everybody started laughing. And a lot of people started clapping after that. But he kind of kept it short because Sengun's trying to improve his English. Now, I tried to, some of his answers, sometimes it was hard to understand what he was saying, but I could kind of understand what he was trying to say. So Sengun was asked about, going into year 3, what he's going to try to, improve. And he said, play better defense, make better shots for my offense. He said, I'm going to do my best this year. First 2 years didn't go well, but this year we will be hungry to win. It's pretty much been the mindset from really everybody on this team that you've heard throughout the day, and really like hearing that from Sengun. And then he said, then someone asked him about, that, after the last game of the season, he did say he was going to prepare a lot for year 3, and they asked him how he prepared for year 3. He said he's been working with his coach from Serbia. I believe my shooting is not bad. I just need to have more confidence when shooting the ball. I will shoot more threes. Last year I was a little bit of more of a drive first, not shoot first. And I'm gonna be more of a shoot first kind of guy this year instead of drive first. I mean, I'll drive if I have the opportunity, but I'm gonna be a shoot first kind of guy this year, and I'm gonna improve my 3-point shot and try to. He's gonna improve his 3-point shot and have more confidence when shooting the 3. Then he was asked about the new vets in. He said Jeff and Fred have championships, so that's great for leadership. And Dylan Brooks helping on defense. I think we have very good vets, and they're leading and teaching us. He said they're really teaching them, and they've been very good. And that's really been a lot of the young guys have praised Fred VanVleet and Jeff Green and Dylan Brooks throughout the day about them teaching and leading them. And you heard Jalen talk about it. You heard Jabari and Tari talk about it, and same thing goes for Sengun. Those are all 4 guys that were part of this team. Jalen and Sengun for the last 2 years, Jabari and Tari for the last year's season. So I think it's really important that these young guys have good teaching and good leading, like from guys like Brooks, VanVleet, and Jeff Green. It's not like these are just guys that are good leaders. They don't do anything on the court. These are guys that are going to bring some good contribution on the court this season for the Houston Rockets with Jeff Green, Dylan Brooks, and Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet could be one of the best players on this team as well. Use them. Your thoughts on Rockets Media Day, what you heard from Alperen Sengun and Jock Landale, what you liked, what you heard from them, or anybody else that spoke to the media today in this 2023 Media Day. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed their thoughts, and peace out. Go Rockets.